is like highly abundant, especially in the earthly realm. Like it's probably $1 million idea that you have, maybe even more than that. Um, yeah, significant independent financial abundance. And what is laying behind this person that's looking at all of this is literally a field of roses. So it's like you're imagining this barrier between you and the abundance that you get once you put this out. But what lays behind you is like a multitude of abu- I want to say abundances, but it's not equatable in the same way to monetary abundance. And this isn't necessarily about you even doing the wrong thing in the material world. It feels more like a stall point, and it's like an idea of it being harder to achieve this. Like you've put the fence in the way, and it's not even about like the fence is in between you and the monetary abundance. That will just come when you do this, but the fence is between you and the like finishing of this, the expression of it, the full expression of it, the releasing of it to the world, whatever that looks like for what you're creating. And then we have the star, which it goes back up to, and it's like, again, not how I usually look at these, but this is the card number is 17, which is 8, and there's an 8-point star here. But I'm also noticing that there are 8 smaller stars around this bigger one, and the top one is not in view. So some crown chakra work needs to happen. And I think that has, you know, that you're divinely guided and protected. We've established that. But there is maybe it's a little bit of a like the relinquishing of this feels like one of the last hurdles when it comes to you fully stepping into the understanding that you're a spiritual being having a human experience and how you show up in your everyday life knowing that. Because 11 as I finish that sentence. Because there's like this butterfly, a heron, in a tree, which is kind of like they do be in trees, but not this kind of tree, and they would be at the very top of it in their nest if they were. I watch herons a lot, they're in the park near me. Um, so it is an animal spiritually to look into maybe the meaning of. They have a lot to do with like psychic connection and such. And this being here, oh, whoopsie, oh crap. I want to put a little sticker in front of it or something. Hopefully it doesn't fuck with the algorithm showing it, not showing it, because I want this to get to the people that it needs to get to as easily as possible. Um, they're pouring water into like a huge water source, and then they're pouring water on this dry ground. This has its own meaning as a card. But what I'm noticing is that this person's view is like all about the work that they're doing. And this specifically is where they're looking. And it's like not necessary, like it's like you've done that. That's got water. Stop feeding it. You don't need to feed that anymore, or you can do it, but just like it doesn't need all of your attention. This maybe needs a bit more of your attention because it is ground that is like even like dirt filled, doesn't even have grass. It's like you're pouring water onto it, but you're not actually giving it attention, which kind of feels like the divide between the like way that you're showing up in the 3D versus the way that you're showing up as your spiritual self. And that may have to do with like a daily practice that you fell away from because you've definitely had one before and are connected in different ways, and you're aware of the fact that there is divine connection, spirit team, ancestors, stuff like that that are supporting you and they're there to help. And I think even when you ask them to help, it's like you still have to do your part here in this realm. No amount of divine guidance and signs and help and support is going to like do all of that work for you. You know this already. You've literally done so much work to get where you are right now. Um, but yeah, there's still this last hurdle. And you know what? I feel like this hurdle just falls right down in front of you when you go to jump over it. Like it's not hard. This is not going to be difficult for you. Though it is something that you have to like run at in that analogy, like daily. So, you know, rest where available. This is not something to like go whole hog on at all times because we need our spiritual health as much as our emotional health and physical health and creative health and all of that in balance. But I think that more and more attention has been given to the like physical and emotional health side of things because you learned well how to do that. You'd learn well how to do that. That's really amazing. Like, that's coming so damn far compared to the people probably that raised you, that are around you, that even influence your life currently. I know. And so, a risk, as far as you're concerned, a risk has to be taken, which is to, go at this like last hurdle, knowing that it is going to fall flat in front of you and it won't be difficult to jump over. Although I say that as someone who literally like grew up loving horse riding and would set up like hurdles as horse jumps in my background in my back garden and jump over them just for fun. So you probably like enjoy the challenge, and it's not that the challenge scares you. Um Maybe it's what comes after the challenge. I feel like that's for you to grapple with for your own self.